Welcome to UAPB Currents. I'm your host, Kelley Roby Ingram, and today my very special guest is, ta-da, Randy Kelley, who is station manager here at UAPB TV24. Welcome to the show, Randy.
Well, thank you for inviting us to where we work.
Right, we have kind of a slightly easy day as far as taping this show, because Randy, of course, produces my show, and so he's used to doing all of the switching and behind the scenes stuff, the audio, and today he's doing that from his seat, showing you the technology that we have.
Handy dandy mouse.
And we encourage people, of course, to come and tour campus here at the university at any time, but we, of course, would love to have people come and see the TV station. So you can call and make an appointment to come and see the TV station, and we can show you how we're doing this, which maybe we'll get a little bit more into. Well, now is when we're going to talk about the TV station anyway, though. But let's take the opportunity for those of you who don't know Randy, because he's always behind the scenes, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen him at different events, several events on campus and in the community, but give you an opportunity to know a little bit about Mr. Kelley and what he does here at the TV station and his training. So Randy, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, well, you already said my name, and I know that there's titles on below that say who I am and what I do. So I am a graduate first from University of Arkansas Monticello. That's where I got my first degree, with a degree in speech. After that, I got a degree from UALR in radio, television, film. While doing all that, I was a chicken farmer, I was a house mover, I was a dishwasher, and also independent documentary filmmaker. I think I'm supposed to switch angles. And then while I was getting my degree in radio, television, film, started learning, making contacts, getting mentors, things of that nature. And then so after I graduated, got a job working for the NBC affiliate, worked there for about a year. Then I heard that UAPB had this job opening and applied for it, and here I am. And
the rest is history.
So far.
All right, so I guess let's start out by talking a little bit about the television station then, and what it is that we do here every day. Let's let everybody else know what it is that we do. I'm sure we know, or pretend to know when we're here.
Our first priority, of course, is to help the students. That's why we're all here at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, is to help the students prepare them for the job world that's coming out there, and to help them get the hands-on experience using today's technology tools. So classes come through here. There's a newscast that's done through Mr. Trammell's class. We've also had a documentary film class that meets over here, the TV practicum class, electronic field production.
Yeah, field production meets over here.
They meet over here.
Yeah.
And so this is also the studio where, and I should also mention that this is a TV station, but this is also a lab.
Right.
And this lab's purpose is for the students to come here to get that hands-on experience with the tools that are making the very show that you're watching now. And so having said that, what we try to do is let the students know that they can work in this lab. They can sign up for the lab hours that we make available through the week, and they can reserve a time to come in and pick up the equipment, to see how to turn on the equipment, to properly white balance, how to hook up a mic cable, how to get your focus on the camera. All those things are things that we can show them here in the comfort and security of the TV station, because it's not exactly practical for you to get your first time hands-on experience during the football game.
Right.
They're not going to hold a timeout so I can show so-and-so how to get the camera focused right and and then start over. We can't do do-overs when we're doing live to tape. Whereas when we're here, this is where you can make those mistakes, where we can say, okay, we got to stop and we got to start all over again.
Right.
So that's the main purpose for this lab here for the students. Now we have an additional, we have many duties here at the TV station.
Yes.
One of the other, of course, is to document the historical events that happen on this campus. And to someone here on campus, every event is historical.
Right.
Because it may not have been a big deal for you for such and such event, but to somebody's grandmother, and they spoke at that event, that's a historical event. Or it may just literally be a historical event in the fact that something like this is massive and never happened before, such as like in 2010 when we had the First Lady speak for commencement.
Right. And the other thing, I guess, after the students and campus events, then we also then have community events that we cover sometimes as well, and that all works in with the schedule of students are our first priority, and meeting their needs and facilitating their needs are our first line of duty. And then, of course, to take care of the needs of the university, and then to serve the community.
And that's why you'll often see us, we've covered everything from assemblies to banquets to job fairs to health fairs to concerts, fun days, you name it. If it's happened on this campus, there's a possibility we've covered it. If not this particular year, if you go back through the years, we've covered pretty much anything and everything you can think of. Concerts, I think I may have already said. Sometimes we're in some of the classrooms filming lectures, lecture series, assemblies, the list goes on and on. I think the last estimate I did back in 2010, looking back at the year of 2010, we covered something around 150 events. And each year we seem to cover more and more and more. So we're constantly shooting stuff, constantly editing stuff. The running joke around here is actually that we shoot more than we edit, because we usually find ourselves filming more things, and people usually asking, when are we going to see this? When are we going to see that? And it's usually because we got to quit filming stuff to be able to get back here to get the other stuff edited. But
But we get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it. And speaking of getting to it, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, then we will have some more information for everyone about what else goes on here at the television station, and how some of you can be involved in that, and how some of you can get some tips on when we do come and cover your event. And we'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff,
I'm part of a place where I'm always challenged to do more.
I am a part of a place where I can be involved.
I'm a part of a place where everything is possible.
I'm part of a place where champions are made.
At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, you can get an affordable education with competitive degree offerings, diverse student population, and stellar faculty. Become part of a place where you can get everything you need to succeed. Become a part of the pride at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and again we are joined by our guest today, who is Randy Kelley, who is the station manager here at UAPB TV24, which is where we tape this wonderful show, UAPB Currents, along with the School Without Walls and
the Elliott Alert,
Fit and Bold, the student newscast, and coming soon to a YouTube channel or UAPB television station near you, Preview Review returns.
Yes, trying to bring that back.
Which brings us to our student process of being involved, because Preview Review is a show that Randy came up with the concept, or brought the concept to campus from when he was in college doing the show. And his show is really funny. Yeah, it was kind of entertaining watching the clips of that. But Yeah. And so he brought that concept here to UAPB TV, and it's something that we're trying to bring back so that the students can kind of have more of a hands-on process without taking up too much of their, I guess, class time and their free time. It's an easy show for them to do. So let's tell all the students who are out there watching, and I know you all are out there watching, how they can get involved in working and helping out with the TV station and our duties.
Okay. Well, the first thing that students need to do is come see us. Now, we have hours posted. We're pretty much, I get here at 7 o'clock in the morning. I work from 7 to 4. I'm usually spending 7 to 8 getting things ready, returning phone calls, downloading videos for playing shows in the morning. But pretty much somebody is here from, say, 8 to 12. That's with the exception of some sort of event being filmed on campus, and that can't be helped. Sometimes, if we have educational access conference, then you're looking at, the whole day, the entire crew is going to be away from TV station.
Right.
But you can also call, and we make that number readily available. I'm sure it's on the bottom, as Shelley just pointed. Now it has to be because she pointed at that moment. So, call, leave us a message, come by. But we have that happen a lot. What we're looking for are the students who will come by, introduce themselves, say, I want to help doing this, that, and the other. I just want to get some hands-on experience, what have you. And then we say, okay, that's great. Let's look at the calendar.
Right.
So we look at the calendar, and what we do is we schedule students to come to these shows right here. The shows that we do in-house are in a good, safe, controlled environment. We don't have to worry about outside forces of weather. We don't have to worry about somebody walking into the room and being loud. Everything's controlled here, and you have the ability to ask questions as we go.
Right.
And that's where you get the experience there. But again, we want the students that not only show up that one time and watch, and then we never hear from them again, which has happened unfortunately more than hasn't. We're looking for those students that come by, they make themselves known, they see the dates that are available, they show up sometimes the day before just to double check and make sure that that schedule's still locked in. Show up early before the show is made so that they can actually help with setting up the equipment, which is pre-production, which is a large part of what you got to know. But once you get good at doing the pre-production part, then we bring you over to the video switcher, and with some training as well as watching others do it first, we'll get you into that position to where then you can become the director of the show. And once you begin switching, you are officially the director, because you're the person who is telling Shelley, how long she has before she has to cut to go to a break. You are the person who tells the individual running the camera, it's too much headroom, or Randy's out of focus, or something along those lines. So that's where you gain the experience here in the studio. Now, once you've done that for a while, you're already starting to build yourself a video resume.
Right.
And in today's job market, everybody's working on their resume. Resume is very important. That's a lot of times what gets people their job is strictly by what's on their resume. But you'll find in mass communications, a lot of times they want something a little more, and then that's where you have that piece of paper resume, but you also have a demonstration disc that they can watch, and they can see what you've done as far as your editing or your directing skills, or the fact that you can set up a multi-camera shoot, and that you volunteered to direct 8 episodes or an entire season for that matter of a particular show. Right. And those opportunities are here. You just got to come to the TV station, let us know who you are, let us know what you want to do. We'll show you the available times, and then come seize those opportunities.
Right.
And before long, we're on that first name basis. We have a physics student right now named Mr. William A. Lawson, and he's not even a mass comm major, but he came because he was so interested in how this stuff was going on. And that's the other thing. We're not just helping mass comm students. If you're a student and interesting to you and you're serious, we'll show you how to use the stuff too.
Right.
You may end up switching your major.
Right. As we did have a student who, Devin Killingsworth-Wells, who graduated last spring, changed his major to mass communications, and he helped us tremendously throughout the time that he was here. Some of the other opportunities that students will have to get experience once we know you well enough to have you help with assignments is taping basketball games, which basketball season is almost over. You guys, good luck and continued good luck in the tournament. And also, you can schedule lab hours, as Randy was talking about in the previous segment, where you can come over and get additional help with editing if you don't know how to edit. Like Randy said, William, who's a physics major, doesn't have an opportunity to learn how to edit in class, but because he's come over to the TV station, Randy has showed him how to edit on the computers and equipment that we have here. And so that's another tool that you can learn and add to your resume and be able to do. And then there are those students who go on to, we know that you can work the equipment, you can handle the equipment, we know you'll show up on time. They go on to cover events on their own.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
The students who have taken TV practicum, they have access to check out 3-chip cameras, which are industry standard. They're broadcast quality for our TV station. We have 4 of them, and they can check out those cameras. We have microphones that they can check out, tripods obviously, FireWire. They can go shoot a package if they want to, or they can go shoot a event on campus, take it over to the Mac lab and edit it and burn it to a DVD. Now, there's also the opportunities that we can't predict that pop up. For example, we have football season. Well, usually ESPN, much like with the basketball season, they'll do 1 or 2 games. Well, we usually get the phone call when they're looking for students,
right,
and they say, hey, we need some students to work with our production, and that looks really good on your resume to say that you helped ESPN. Even if you were a grip, it still shows that you were able to quickly go in there, that you took instructions from someone you never met before, you followed your instructions, and you helped make a major live production work.
Right.
And that's very important to have on your resume. And then sometimes you'll have other organizations. I believe when AETN came down, didn't they need a person or two? Yeah. So we do get calls from individuals asking if we know someone who can cover an event. And so the students who we know that have a good track record with using the equipment, we will pass on those recommendations.
Right. Okay, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, then we're going to talk about, I guess, what our students attain to their highest level of what we can give them is our paid position that we have an opportunity for you to reach. And we'll talk about that when we come back after this break on UAPB Curents.
You don't need health insurance if you have an endless supply of bubble wrap.
I'm good, no worries, hon.
Not enough bubble wrap? Then you need health insurance. Find affordable, quality health plans at the Health Insurance Marketplace. Enroll now at the Health Insurance Marketplace at healthcare.gov.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and again, we are joined by our guest, Mr. Randy Kelley, who is the station manager here at UAPB TV. Good job. And we were going to talk about what our big cherry on top after you've worked through the ranks of working at basketball games and helping with shows and helping lug equipment around
in
campus.
the rain sometimes.
Right, and all of this that you do for the opportunity of having that experience and those items on your resume. They finally bring you to what we can offer those students who have seniority, and by seniority we mean, you know, as the time that you put in with us. So if you
Track record.
right, yeah, it doesn't mean you can be a freshman, and if you've come over and shown us that you're willing to work hard, that's more seniority than a senior who we've never seen before. And so that job is
it's working football crew.
Football crew, right.
And it is a paying position, and kind of what you were saying, we start thinking about it a little bit. By the time we know what the schedule's looking like, stuff like that, we've already all met together and we said, okay, who are the individuals who have really contributed to the station, has had, you know, good work ethic, showed up early, never gave us excuses. We didn't walk in the other room and catch them over there just, you know, playing on their phone when they're supposed to actually be watching the monitor or switching or something like that. And so those people get the positions to work on the football crew. Like I said, it is a paid position, and you get the prestige of being able to go up in the crow's nest and fight mosquitoes.
Or bees.
And wasps.
Yes, all of that. But it's a great experience, and you get to work lots of different types of equipment and those types of things, and it does look really great on the resume. And so let's tell them about how they can get involved with Preview Review.
Yes, we're really trying to bring this show back. It's a very good, simple formula to follow. Many years ago, I got permission from a website called EPK TV, Electronic Press Kit.com, I think is their website. And anyways, what they do is they produce movie trailers, and they also give the additional footage, the behind the scenes stuff, the blooper reels, the music videos, things of that nature. And they've given us a long-standing permission to use this for educational purposes into a television show. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to find students who will write some good movie reviews based on the trailers that we select, and we're going to hold auditions to find the best candidates to be our anchors, or our talent, so to speak, for this position.
Right. And so, you know, if you are interested in being a part of that, then give us a call here at the TV station, 870-575-4789, or email Randy at kelleyr@uapb.edu. That's KELLEYR at uapb.edu, and all that information is rolling around here somewhere across the screen.
Gotta be a good writer, you gotta be good on camera, and you got to be entertaining. Those are, and no plagiarism. We will be checking every single script to make sure, because we want to make sure that what we're showing is authentic and professional.
And again, you don't have to be a mass comm student. This would be a great opportunity for any students on campus to be involved and just have something. It's fun, and it's an activity that everybody can get involved in. And even if there's probably a teacher out there who thinks, you know, you've always wanted to be on TV, you think that you're, you know, could be on Entertainment Tonight. Does that still come on?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I just watch this channel. But the cool thing, though, is it's good programming. You know, when you go to one of my favorite things about going to the movie theater is you get to watch the long movie trailers, and that's what these are. These are the long movie trailers. And so this is a very good show to watch. I can see students wanting to watch this in their dorm at night because it's the current upcoming blockbuster films. You know, it's always entertaining. Even if you find the show itself not your cup of tea, more than likely the movies we will be reviewing will be. So it's kind of one of those shows that's, you know, should be pretty interesting.
Right. Now, for those of you who are out there and you have an event that you would like UAPB TV to cover, we have a couple of little reminders that we'd like to give you about that.
Yeah, just the thing to keep in mind is we're a 24-hour TV station that is run by 3 people. So we are constantly shooting, editing, finding out if we can shoot something, fixing something so it can be edited. There's always plenty of things going on, so our calendar fills up real quick. And right off the bat, we have annual events that have already taken their spot on the calendar. Right. So space is already limited to begin with. So what we ask is, in order for us to cover an event, we would like to know at least 2 weeks ahead of time, simply for the fact that we've got to plan that out. We've got to make sure that it's not a conflict with something else that we've already covered, like an annual event or something someone else has requested. We got to make sure, you know, if it's going to be not from 9 to 5, our normal working hours, how are we going to get someone over there at nighttime to cover that event when we're also supposed to be doing our stuff here 9 to 5 with our daily duties. Those kind of logistic things need to be worked out. So with 2 weeks notice, we can say, okay, we can't cover it, but let's see, we might know a mass comm student who's very good and maybe they can. So we'll have some time to work it out.
Right.
Or just so that we can lock your place in, so when someone else calls a week later, we can say, sorry, they gave us 2 week notice, they called it first.
Right. Now, with more than 2 weeks notice, then, you know, that's even better.
And speaking of more than 2 weeks notice,
right,
if you would like for us to promote an event, a non-profit event, we can't promote, we're a non-profit channel. So everything that we promote has to be non-profit. To promote an event, we need at least a month's notice. Reason for that is it could take us anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to make the PSA, depending on how elaborate you want it to be. So for it really to be effective, we need to have it showing on the channel for a good 2 weeks before the event so that you can get a good proper return on the investment of time and energy and resources, and hopefully to make your event better.
Right. Right, because there is a process that goes into, even if you bring us something that is pre-made, we still have to get it into our system and put it into schedules and all of that, and we have to do that on kind of our downtime. When we're able to do that. And so the faster that you can get us that kind of thing, like Randy said, the earlier the better. And there are people out there in the community who we are thankful for, that when they want things done, and people who, when they want things done here on campus, they tell us when one event ends next year, we'll be right back here. Go ahead and lock the dates in, and we do.
And that's the way to go too, especially with the annual events.
Right.
If you know you're going to have this event every year, and you already know when. Sometimes we've been at events where at the end of the event they announce the date for next year's event.
Right.
Go ahead and make that request now.
Yeah.
So we can lock it in too and protect your event.
Yes. And now finally, how can you out there watch UAPB TV24 as you're watching it now and have access to it at any time, and be in contact with us here at UAPB TV24?
I'm still shocked when I talk to students on campus. That's usually one of the first things I ask them. I say, well, do you get the channel? And they'll either say they do or they'll say that they don't. And I say, well, we got a YouTube channel. A lot of times they say, oh, I don't know. Well, go to uapb.edu. If first, of course, is Pine Bluff Cable, Channel 24.
Right.
That's here local. Now, internet. If you would like to catch what is being played on Pine Bluff Cable Channel 24, let's say you're in Little Rock, but you want to see the game we're showing at 7 o'clock, again, main UAPB website, uapb.edu. When it opens up, if you look at the top, there's a couple of tabs up there. The YouTube tab, if you click it, you will be taken strictly to our UAPB TV YouTube channel.
Right.
If you click the tab next to it, I believe it's next to it, which has got the little TV symbol, that will take you to where we stream live. And what we're streaming live is what is currently being shown on Pine Bluff Cable, unless we're doing a live event, such as like we did in 2010. We will use that to stream as well, because we had heard in 2010 we were getting, there were individuals watching that event in other countries, which was cool to know that, you know, Pine Bluff, Arkansas was live somewhere else in the world.
Right.
And then, of course, we're also on Facebook.
Right.
And the Facebook channel, really, you can just click on the YouTube link, because as soon as you open up the YouTube link, it shows a little tab there that says UAPB TV's on Facebook. You can click that, and that's how you get there. So we're always trying to put the word out. It's steadily growing. In fact, last time I've checked, we're almost hitting our 100,000 views.
Okay.
I think we're like at 96,000, but I think we're still really tip of the iceberg, because the more people I talk to, the more I'm hearing them say, "Oh, wow, cool, I'll check that out." Now, maybe they're lying to me, but it may literally be that the word is getting out, and hopefully it'll keep getting out, and it'll expand and grow.
Right. And so we encourage you guys to contact us here at the television station, especially if you are a student and would like to be involved in helping out and learning more. If you're on campus or in the community and would like someone to cover your event, again, let us know as soon as you possibly can, with a minimum of 2 weeks notice. And continue to share our YouTube page and our Facebook page with all of your friends, because another duty of, I would say, of UAPB TV24 that we didn't mention earlier is recruitment. It's an excellent opportunity, especially for you departments who are out there on campus. If you want to share something that your department has done, the easiest way that you can do it is to go to the YouTube page and make a link from that video that we recorded of your organization and send it out across the world, and bring those students in, because we need all the help we can get, and we'd love to have you guys. Anything else before we go?
I want to go find this downtime you were talking about.
Well, it'll be when, I don't know. We'll see if we can go and make some up. But remember, on your downtime, you have to put stuff in the schedule, though. So now it's no longer downtime. Yeah, so sorry. All right, but with that, we will see you next time on UAPB Currents.